Oladipo against McCollum. And Oladipo kicks to Young. Oladipo outside. Back to Davis. Back at 6. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Victor Oladipo.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He said, look, you guys are playing physical, and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. C.J. McCollum out there with Brogdon. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Paul George. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Timeout called the Warriors.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team, Greg.
Now, here's Brogdon. McCollum outside. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And that's 20 points for C.J. McCollum.
Well, he just nailed his second 3 of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
Young outside. It's over Brogdon, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
That is why Trae Young has the ball.
Timeout called the Warriors. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
Warriors trail by 3. Passes it to Gobert. Here's Brogdon. With the floater, and Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. Make a heck of a volleyball player.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Awesome job by AD to get the ball in a favorable spot. That's most anywhere, but comes up big with that basket.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for Golden State. They trail by 6. Good off the glass.
Brogdon steps up, fearless with that one.
Ball has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And outside. Lets it go with a 3. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
Going to struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting him rip.
George, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense. As soon as Davis receives the ball, you just know he's going to take it at the D, and the basket there was big.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Well, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Outside, Davis. Takes it to Ingram. Back to Davis. 6 to shoot.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. The shot by Brogdon, no good. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
As much as we talked about Trae Young and then mentioned Steph Curry in the same breath, I think Trae wants to carve out his own path. We know he's a dynamic shooter, can set the table offensively. Now it's about learning the nuances of being a leader of a franchise.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's McCollum. Offensive rebound. And Davis sends it back. And he's able to get it back.
Love is confident when it comes to attacking the defense, especially when he gets closer and closer to the rim.
Both shots good from the stripe. Nineteen seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So it gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
For 3, Brogdon. Rebounded by the... Drummond passes to Carter. And Drummond kicks to Harden. Chicago grabs the miss.
Love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Bam Adebayo is out there with Porzingis. And there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Durant. And it's Ibaka in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Harrell following the shot by Kevin Durant. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, it doesn't get any high percentage than this. I mean, check it out. Drummond feast on these type of opportunities.
Now here's Durant. And stolen by Harrell. And it's Houston on the break. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
Oh, man, there's no denying that Harden nails these shots all the time. Love how he just takes over these possessions.
Butler with the ball. Passes it to Adebayo. 6 on the shot clock. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Bulls, Brownie's checked in for Adebayo. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Serge Ibaka. The Rockets also changing it up. Bobby Portis is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Bradley Beal comes in for Wendell Carter. And it's Fox in for Drummond. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the timeout, I listened in on Jim Boylan's huddle. This is still a close game, and he told us, guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a one-point game. Pass to Durant. Lets it go from deep. Unable to get that one. And Houston the other way now. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Look, Bill is no stranger to these type of situations. In fact, he demands the ball when it's a key possession.
Now here's Butler. Brown outside. And nothing is falling for him right now. It's Beal on the wing. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. And it's a 3-point Houston lead.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want to take him, the big shot.
Rose against Fox. Rose in the post. Wide open up here toward Porzingis. Claims the 3-pointer. Porzingis has got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Now a timeout called by Houston. .135 left to play here in the fourth. Harden against Brown. Harden, no good. Now Chicago's got a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Durant, on the move like that, so difficult to defend. Even if you're standing there waiting for him, he can still create an advantage.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in a tight ball game.
Now, here is Harden. We've got 1:08 left in the game. And that one, good.
And Kevin, when the game is up in the air, Harden delivers. Easy to understand why he is seen as one of the best players in the league.
Rose against Fox. Outside Rose. Pass to Butler. Here's Porzingis. Headed by Fox. Just 5 on the clock. Butler kicks to Rose. Fades and shoots. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Rockets on offense. Harden up top. He's covered by Brown. And Portis throws it down.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Now here's Rose. He kicks it to Durant. It's rebounded by Portis.
Even though he's going ice cold, he keeps shooting. And it's late enough in the game for him to recognize that this is better option.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
We've seen Fox step up as a leader recently. He knows his teammates look to him, and he's happy to lead the charge. Those are big. I mean, it turns into a two-possession game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rose. It falls. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And Derrick Rose, accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking and making big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him.
Timeout called the Rockets. They lead by 2. There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Here's Rose.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Let's see what they run here. This is not the time to panic. Work the offense.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, you love to see Brown knock down the 3 ball, showing great strides when improving his own.
And here's Harden for 3. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. We're now about 3 minutes into this overtime period. Here's Porzingis. Misses off the right eye.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
They've got Porzingis. Jaylen Brown out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's McGee in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Rose. James Harden picking up that last basket. Fox passes to Harden. Shoots over Brown. Harden, no good. Bulls trail by 8. Right side Rose. McGee dishes to Rose. Here's the pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. Chicago making a switch here. Durant's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Drummond comes in for Valanciunas, and it's Portis in for Montrezl Harrell.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated to miss even one free throw.
Now here's Harden. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
I'm not sure they've got enough time to save himself.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you, GA, but I've seen crazy things happen. Well, Durant wanted the ball in that situation, and he got it. Great killer instinct shown from him, and he gives his team a huge score.
Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
When things get tough, you start to lean on the stars, and Durant always seems to come up with a clutch shot.
Harden inside the 3-point line. It's good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. 27 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Adebayo is checked in for Porzingis. Six-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Durant missing.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
And so here is Houston. They lead by 4. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, those free throws helping him to make the lead even safer.
Throws it up high.
Good recognition from Durant. He's a talented passer.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. So it's Chicago now. Rose finds Butler. Inside. From downtown. And it's Rose missing. So we see the Rockets get the win here. They escape with a victory. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live. And I don't need a Google. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman. I might slip away if I don't feel nothing.
Paul against Rubio. Pass to Williams. Horford high post. 6 to shoot. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
On the floor for Detroit, Bagley is out there with Wood, and it's Chris Paul. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Simmons in at the 2-guard.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
Vucevic check in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Ricky Rubio. And Detroit with a change here, too. Schroeder's checked in.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Last year, an 8th seed finish for the Detroit Pistons. Had to work for it, battling it out to the very end of the season. Their 500 record of 41-41 was just enough to get in.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And he's been the man running the show for them, and boy, has he done a great job. He's up in the double digits in assists, and more than a few of those have been of the spectacular variety. For them to be successful, his passing has to be a key component, and tonight it was on display.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
On defense, Detroit, after Luka Doncic's bucket.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And Smitty, last season for the Pistons, a short playoff trip as they were swept by Milwaukee, but still a learning experience.
Kevin, getting this team back to the playoffs was the first step. The young players learned a valuable lesson. It's all about changing the mindset and culture of this team.
Now here's Leonard. Over Middleton. And that one hits back iron. And it's Williams with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. 8-point game. Doncic, no good. Outside Leonard. No one near him. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 8 now on the night. Williams against Simmons. Outside Williams. And there's the pass to Horford. Good on the three-point shot. Horford's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're leading by 7. 1:53 left in the fourth. Leonard against Middleton. Lets the three fly. The Pistons rebound. Wood kicks to Simmons. The Pistons working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. Back to Leonard. Fader on the way. Bagley. And Bagley able to finish. Bagley's got 5 points now this quarter.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So the first one drops, and that brings them within 8.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Now here's Simmons. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Leonard inside, defended by Middleton, and Middleton with the block.
This has reached desperation time for them. For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Now here's Simmons. Over Williams. No good from Simmons.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Doncic finds Williams. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're ahead by 3. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Middleton against Leonard. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Good work defensively by Horford.
great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And the Mavericks call time here. They trail by 3. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot. It's all about the 3 right here.
And they're looking to tie it up, live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
Thank you, David. Great. And for the Thunder, one of the assistant coaches. Coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Occupying that instant offense role, Doris, Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
Jason Tatum is out there with Robert Covington, and it's LeBron James. Then there's Williamson, and it's Clarkson in at the point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
You love the energy and effort Morant provides, especially when he's on the break.
Clarkson dishes to James. To the middle. Here's Williamson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, easy call. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? Call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. And it's Russell in for Robert Covington. Healed, can't hit.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Clarkson passes to James. It's not going to go for him. Suns have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's between steals, deflections, block shots. He always seems to pick it cleanly.
Timeout called, the Suns.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Hey, Kevin, here's what Monty Williams went over with his team during the timeout. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Here's Morant. Tries yet again. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Russell passes to Adams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Steven Adams is as strong a player as there is in the NBA. Draws the contact there.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
And it's no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter.
As physical a player as there is in the entire NBA, Steven Adams putting the defense in a tough spot.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Phoenix. And so Adams nails both of them.
But those were essential. Very steady work at the free throw line in a very tight game.
Phoenix calls timeout. .37 left in the 4th quarter. Giannis with it. Now defended by Williamson. Here's Giannis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
The pass to Adams. Nurkic with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Here's Williamson. LeBron James on the wing. Here's Russell with the 3. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
You want D'Angelo Russell taking these shots. This guy is fearless.
Now here's Giannis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 34. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
LeBron with it. Now defended by Hayward. James looking it over. And Adams picks to Russell. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Morant. The second effort. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
As big a basket as that was, the free throw probably even bigger. Now you've got a 2-possession lead all of a sudden.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 4. 44 seconds left in the game. .44 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. 43 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Russell. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Nurkic. That one's not going to go. And the Thunder going the other way. Time call here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. A 2-point game. LeBron trying to free himself up. Oh, what a huge basket to tie the game.
Well, does he have the clutch gene? D'Angelo Russell says, yes, sir, I do.
Phoenix calls timeout. The score is tied at 123. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Giannis. Deep. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. 2K Sports. In a moment here in Oklahoma City. And now we get set for overtime in what has... Throw, no good for Antetokounmpo. The Thunder with the lead. Williamson out there with Adams. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's LeBron James. And it's Clarkson in at the 2. Passes it to Russell. Teardrop shot. Nurkic with the block. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. They kick out to Hield. Here's Morant. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for the Suns. Walker comes in for Morant. LeBron with it. Now defended by Hayward. It's LeBron with the drive. They get the rebound. Banked in off the glass. James has got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots when the pressure is at its highest. He does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
Here's Walker. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Thunder leading by 4. Left it on the wing. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
And Phoenix making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. James, no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
It to Clarkson. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And the Thunder lead by 6.
Center stage with the game in the balance. Jordan Clarkson, no problem.
Walker with a clean look. Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Russell against Walker. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get him to the penalty.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up by 3. 3 seconds left in overtime. And that's an intentional foul.
Well, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, how about a multi-time champion and a multi-time MVP, and LeBron James continues to dominate. It truly is special to watch.
Timeout called, the Suns. They're trailing by 4. 1 second left to play in the first overtime. What do you think, guys?
It's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
Healed from outside. Bucket's good.
Well, you can see how dialed in Gordon Hayward can be when he's on his...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
And I don't need improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman. Pressure turned me into a giant. A thin line between living and... I'm on the edge and I might just dive in. No turning back, man, I'm ready to go. Coming with me or I'm going alone. Changes, man, I'm working changes. On the crash course, but I ain't afraid of danger. Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live. And I don't need improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman. I might slip away if I don't feel nothing. Something bad will go down if you don't run in. I might be feeling stupid or looking crazy. Cause I'm crazy about the way you make me feel on a cloudy day. You make me wanna jumpstart my engine. Hop in a whip and relieve the tension. Go to your house and undo the problems we did. In the end game, girl, I wanna be closer. You a good girl, but you've been through stuff that made you different in your own ways.
Randall against Harden. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled him.
They've got Clint Capella, Randall out there with Will Barton. Then there's Smart, and it's Curry in at the line. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Now here's Harden. .153 left in the fourth quarter. Curry with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Curry passes to Capella. Back to Curry. Over Beal. Here's Randall. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Smart on the wing, guarded by Harden. And the basket by Curry.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Sacramento.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And looking at the trajectory of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year. So this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series here against the Rockets.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Steph Curry.
Boy, the way he orchestrated the pace was impressive. I mean, moved the ball around, made good things happen with the pass. Well done.
Here's Randall after the basket by De'Aaron Fox. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing. And it's...
Is it easy for you if I took time? Would you feel secure if I told you everything on my mind? Imagination can't take its toll. Let it run wild, but sometimes it don't turn you on. Saving up your feelings till it feels right. Put up a good fight. If you can't throw a punch, then it don't feel right. 'Cause you can't come around anymore. Play on social media. And you're coming out so tough. If you can't throw a punch, then it don't feel right. 'Cause you can't cover it up anymore. You gotta play on social. And you're coming off so tough. Are you sure? Strong enough to stay on mine. Strong enough to stay on mine.
And Thompson kicks to Lillard. And there's the feed to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
On the court for the Celtics, they've got Towns. Gordon out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. And Mba'amute pulls it in. And Mba'amute's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lillard against Westbrook. Pass to Booker. Lillard with it. And he banks in the layup. And now a 12-point Bucks lead. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically. But certainly, every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Here's Westbrook. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Russell Westbrook. Timeout called the Bucks.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
On defense, the Celtics. 6-point game. Fires the 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 32 points for Lillard.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Now here's Westbrook. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, on top of everything else that you get from Russell Westbrook, you get some good foul shooting. Important trait for any point guard and great scorer in the league. Find your way to the line.
And both free throws good for Westbrook. Milwaukee leading by 7. Here's Booker. 1:33 left to play here in the fourth. Over in the corner, Isaac. Lock at 6. Lillard from outside. Sabonis grabs the ball.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Shoots over Lillard. Here's Towns. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Towns has got 6 here in this quarter.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And already a leader at such a young age, Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
Celtics making a switch here. Turner's checked in, and Towns drops them both.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip, drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Taken away by Holiday. Now Holiday with a clear path to the hoop. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And the outcome on the line, Holiday comes through with a crucial bucket there.
There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Tries it from the top of the key. No good from Booker.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're in front by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, there's no doubt that Devin Booker possesses a lot of great talent. The question around the league is, when the team becomes competitive that he's playing with, can he consistently carry the load on his shoulders?
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 5. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Here's Holiday, and Jordan sends it back.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows them to send those shots back.
And they go to the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. There's 10 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
Coming into the league, Porter didn't have that. Now, after a ton of work, he's a long ball threat.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. In both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
It's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
Hins the 3.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. That not an easy fella to hold in check.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. That's the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. From deep three-point range, can't connect. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. David, thank you as always.
Gotta stay focused, can't mess it up. Gotta move smart, cause I know that they testing us. I'm in my bag, I'm in my
it's the Mavericks with the ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And Rubio kicks to Middleton. That's tipped. 5 to shoot. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Gobert is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's George at the 3, the small forward. Bledsoe with him. Pass to Love. Back to Bledsoe. Love outside. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And the Mavericks call time here.
Well, last season, Kevin Love suffering the toe injury in the very first exhibition game. He'd be ready to carry the load, but surgery and a long rehab set him back.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. But one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Wallace with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Shots good by Middleton. And now a 12-point Maverick lead.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Now here's Williams. Six to shoot. From the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
McCollum against Doncic. Back to McCollum. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Vucevic with the block. And here is Williams. And Chris, underclassmen entering the draft, they can now hire agents that help attending workouts and still retain their eligibility. Do you like that move?
I love the move, Kevin. You know what it does? It helps Lester fall by the wayside. So you come out of college, you don't know how good you are. You don't, it's based off ego, how hard you worked, family and friends telling you, go, get the money. But what's your testing ground? You don't know. You don't have a full context. So I love the fact that it lets you go out there and see if you have any trepidation, go back to school. You got another year. So, yes, I love this move.
Excellent. See, we have excellent. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Horford. Iguodala comes in for Chris Middleton. Ross is checked in for Doncic. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Different look here for the Warriors. Plumlee, he's checked in for Gobert. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Kevin Love. McDermott's checked in for George. And it's Green in for McCollum.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Mavericks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Luka Doncic.
He's had an effect on every part of this game, a triple-double. What more can you say? It's been a one-man show.
Now here's Iguodala, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance. in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
And he knocks down the first one. So Anthony.
One set of fingers, and they try to cut the supply, but my energy is at an all-time high. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live, and I don't need improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman. Pressure turned me into a giant. A thin line between living and I'm on the edge and I might just dive in. No turning back, man, I'm ready to go. Coming with me or I'm going alone. Changes, man, I'm working changes. On the crash course, but I ain't afraid of change. Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live, and I don't need improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up.
Here's Walker. Now, here's Whiteside. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
On the court for the Suns, Hayward out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Morant. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Hield in at the two spot.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Giannis, following the basket by Russell Westbrook, and he makes that one. Whiteside's got the lead up to 8 now for Phoenix.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Here's Westbrook, fires from deep. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. He tries for 3.
Defensively, though, much improved here in the second half. They've limited the open looks, making them work for everything.
Here's Giannis, and he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 10-point Suns lead.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball is right there.
Here's Westbrook. Lays it up and banks it in. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better communicating once the screen comes.
Phoenix calls timeout. They're up by 8. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Whiteside. Morant kicks to Giannis. 1:49 left here in the fourth quarter. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Now here's Westbrook. Pulls it from the elbow. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Healed outside. The pass to Morant. Hayward outside. Shot clock at 6. On deep. Suns keep it alive.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock.
Sinks the three-pointer. And the Suns lead by 13.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Suns.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 20.
Is it easy for you if I took time? Would you feel secure if I told you everything on my mind? Imagination can't take its toll. Let it run wild with some time, it'll turn you on. Saving up your feelings till they
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Now, while we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up, let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
And you look at Durant, he's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities at All-Star Weekend, but maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
They've got Norman Powell. Jimmy Butler is out there with Durant. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Bulls making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Now here's Rose. The The shot from the low post is good. Rose has got the lead up to 3 now for Chicago.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Now, here is Russell. Pass to Tatum. Shot clock at 5. To tie it up. Rebound by the Bulls.
He started off solid. Had 2 threes at halftime, but blank from deep since.
And the shot goes in.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
I mean, the ridiculous production from beyond the arc. They have to find a way to cool him down.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Dinwiddie is checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, you know what side he's on.
Here is Durant. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
Here's James. To the left side wing. So with a wide open look. And the 3-ball is good. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you want the momentum on your side, and Russell showing you how it's done.
Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Dinwiddie. Back at 6. Pointer. The Thunder pull it in. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now the feed to James. And finished off by LeBron.
When you need a big score, you want LeBron to at least touch the ball, and this is why.
Rose surveying the D. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Explosiveness by Derrick Rose is one of the reasons why a lot of guys do not want to guard him. You know he wanted to knock down all his shots at the line, but he still did enough to put them in front.
Clarkson kicks to LeBron. Out left to the wing. Here's Russell. Oh, and they take the lead. And the Thunder lead by 1.
And there's the punchline. Russell delivers it on point in style.
And stolen by Russell. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Money!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Rose. Stolen by Tatum. James outside for the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
The defender is left helpless to stop that. LeBron with too many tools in the toolbox and that killer instinct.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 6. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
I mean, no hesitation in the clutch. Scoring the ball is second nature to KD.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up by 4. 26 seconds left in the fourth. "26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Adebayo is checked in for Chicago.
You know, maybe the most storied high school player ever. It's amazing to think that LeBron's exceeded expectation here at the pro level.
Now here's Durant. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
In terms of height, Durant was not a late bloomer, already a 6-footer in middle school.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. And James pulls it down. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, tough break for him there. But they'd have a tough time coming back from this deficit no matter who's on the floor.
Rose passes to Porzingis. And again, no good by Chicago. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Drummond finds Harrell. Portland grabs the miss.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Irving. Jokic is out there with help. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Collins in at the small forward position. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get. Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Bounce pass, Bogdanovich. Pass to Jokic. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. It's trailed by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Yeah, that barrel-chestedness of Harden's, so much strength and body control. It's hard to stop him from scoring.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Outside Irving. Left ball. Nice speed that time from Bogdanovich. Irving's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. Dragic with it. And Irving pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 10. Here's Bogdanovich. Good work defensively by Harden.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. And just not nearly as effective at drawing fouls on the defense as he was in that first half.
Dwight Howard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Satoransky comes in for Bogdanovich.
You know, it's become almost a foregone conclusion that Harden is going to lead the league in free throw attempts every year. He is a master at getting to the line.
Irving passes to Collins. Here's Satoransky. It's stolen by Dragic. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from James Harden.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Now, here's DeRozan. And the layup is good. DeRozan's got 22 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 8. 1:51 left in the game. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Antonio was talking about with his team. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, you don't have the open shot, pass it around. And see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Graham's checked in.
How about this, fellas? I mean, DeRozan's aerial skills, his bounce obvious from a very young age. His first dunk came when he was in the 6th grade, and he won the dunk contest at the high school All-American game. Major bounce.
Another miss by Houston. And so it's Irving who brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Howard dishes to Irving. Beyond the arc. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for Portland. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Portland.
And this is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with this first victory for the matchup. A 1-0 record against the Rockets.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Kyrie Irving.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
And the Rockets with possession here. The Blazers getting the bucket. Harrell trying to free himself up. Beal can't get it to go.
Something to believe in. I need something that can keep me holding on. occasion. I stay ready cause destiny impatient. Changes, I've been seeing changes. If you talking fire, then we speak the same language.